little bit stupid at the moment, really. I'm also still looking up. Like, where the frick do I pop chat out? Pop-up chat, there it is. I found it. Okay, cool. Oh, had me worried for a second there. Alright, loading, letting chat load. Minimizing. Alright, I think for the most part we'll be all set. I am going to pause stream so it doesn't lag things behind. Alright, there we go. Should be good. So, I'm ready when you guys are.
Might be having a little bit of an audio issue. So, as a reminder, for the incentives that you can donate towards, as well as for the runs that are coming up, we do have a costume bid war for Backpack Hero, which is this afternoon. Right now, for the purse costume bid war, we have a two-way tie between the assassin purse and the fancy purse. You can also donate for the Eldritch Horror purse for that bid war. And then later on in the day, to close out the event, I should even say, we have a Fight 3D Cool X incentive that you can donate towards. That still needs a fair amount to unlock, but you do have a little bit more time for that one. The bid war would be closing first. And now I think we're ready to hand it over to Wolfshadow.
Hi. Oh, I knocked something down my foot. That was not meant to be part of the marathon. Hi, my name is Wolfshadow. I am going to be running Beyond the Forbidden Forest for Commodore 64 for y'all today. A few things before we start. This game released in 1985. I was 5. And it was coded by one single man, a man by the name of Paul Norman. Some of you might recognize him as the creator of Pitfall. Same guy.
Oh.
Yes. So this game is going to run kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, if you want to imagine it like that. There's no levels or anything really. It's just get through the monsters that are going to try to eat me alive. And I do mean they will be eating me alive. So I have been informed the death showcase has been met. So we'll be going through that. But the first time, we don't want the monsters to eat me. This is speedrun. We're supposed to be doing this as fast as we can. There is like hiding behind things in the background. I can get stuck on some of these trees, so that is going to be a part of the gameplay. Like, I'm trying to get through this tree, it's not going to let me, but I can go behind it. So yeah, for a 1985 Commodore 64 game, it's kind of cool that this tech was already there. So anyway, so this game does require me to use both the keyboard and the controller. So I'm gonna start the game here by pressing F7 on my keyboard. You guys can't see it, but I will be doing it. So if you guys are ready, I'll count us in.
Yeah, we're all set.
All right. So I'm going to hit F7 in 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to hope that the first monster, the scorpion, comes in from the left side. 'Cause that's the fastest route. Oh wait, hold up. I did not have my emulator as the proper window. That is... It's like, I don't want to turn on carrot browsing. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Alright. You can reset the timer. I apologize. False start. False start! False start! Yes. Sorry about that.
No problem. Let's get that timer reset for you.
False start.
Alright, we're back at 000, so we're ready to go when you are.
Alright. Counting us in again. So starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, like I said, we want Scorpion to come in from the left if he can. Oh, of course. On the marathon, you decide to go the other way. Cool. Thanks, bud. Oh, there we go. For whatever reason, and I don't understand why this is, he does not get hit by my arrows if he's coming at me from the right. I don't know why that is. So, I have tried several methods to try to get an arrow to hit him on the right, but it just won't do it. So, we always want him chasing us from the left. And he takes 7 hits to kill. And he is now done. So, for the lore of the game, this is like, I guess, the essence of the Force. The forces of light that are effectively about to give us a golden arrow for beating our first monster. These arrows are the arrows that we'll be needing to kill the final boss at the end. Which is the Demon Gorgon. He looks completely different in this game than he does in the original. This is a sequel, by the way, if you didn't know. And this is the monster that can make or break this run. I do have safety saves, though. The tech check was so willing to let me set up while I was tech checking, so... But, oh, of course, you're all the way over there. Ah. So this guy takes 4 hits. But the big thing is, you don't know where he's going to pop up. So what I like to do is, like, just pick this spot right here in between these 2 trees where there's not a lot of background stuff to get stuck on. And just kind of, you know, weave back and forth so there's less likelihood that he's going to come up and try to eat me. He can still do it. He can still go and get me. So you might get lucky and see him eat me. I'm hoping not. But if you saw me run this on, like, Fatales, then you saw that he did get me. Because I ran this on, I think, Frost or Flame last year? Or the year before that? I don't remember. I think it was Frost last year. Oh, he's all the way over there. Okay. Ah. Yeah, he's getting hungry. Trying to make sure he doesn't eat me. What I really want him to do is come up, like, on the first layer, I guess. Like, where the archer's, like, right up as close to the screen as, like this. So I can do this, like, quick kill method, right, like that. There. Oh, this game was terrifying when I was a kid. This game was absolutely terrifying. Like, this is kind of part of, like, I guess me facing my inner demons by speedrunning this game now, because, my childhood was not that great, and, my parents, well, my father mainly, like, used to play this game, and he knew it terrorized me and my younger sister. So, like, he would boot this thing up and we would be hiding under the kitchen table. Because this game was just that terrorizing. So he would laugh his butt off at us and think it was great that we were that scared. But, like, if you saw some of the, like, when we get to Death Showcase and you guys see how gory the deaths are, you're gonna understand why it was terrorizing to a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Especially, like, in the early 80s, this was terrorizing. And this is the Mosquito. He is the easiest boss to kill. He is one-hit combo. He also one-hits me if I obviously let him... All the monsters one-hit you. Except for the bats. There are bats when we get into the second half of the game. Oh, would you come here? Oh! You tried. You tried. You tried. Normally it doesn't take this long But he's been giving me trouble lately. Like, he even got me twice while I was doing setup just a little while ago. I was like, really? This is going to be the one that gets me on the run? This is going to be the one? I'm going to aim my arrows a little bit higher, see if maybe I can get him. You, sir, are being a pain.
He can screen wrap, but clearly you can't.
I mean, technically I can. Everything repeats eventually. But it's just, obviously he's a giant flying insect that apparently somehow escaped annihilation during the Jurassic Age. But, you know. I mean, scientists just found that giant spider in Australia, in that fossil, right? So, I think it was Australia. Pretty sure it was Australia. So, I mean, obviously we know bugs did in fact get that big. At least the spiders did. That should have hit you, sir. See, here's the thing, too. Oh, there we go. We got him. This is the other monster of the forest that can probably get me. We'll see if, he's technically a chimera, but my childhood we used to call him the hobgoblin because we couldn't tell what the flip he was. But in the manual, he's a hobgoblin, or a chimera of some sort. He's like an amalgamation of all sorts of different critters. But, like, one thing is that, like, obviously, as you guys see, we're going through the day. We're going through the night. Eventually, and I didn't know this until I was actually playing it on my... Okay, we just hit the tree, and apparently we hit him too, so that's cool. We made a tree bleed. That's fine. I'll take it. Oh, that was very close. That was way too close for my liking, sir. Hey, we got him. Here's the thing, too. Like, Paul Norman also did another game for the Commodore 64 that I run, which is called Aztec Challenge. That game also fairly gory. Just not as much blood splatter in this game as this one has. This one has blood splatter all over the place. Alright, so with Hobgoblin down, we have now beat all of the monsters of the forest. So now what we're doing is we're loading up, going into the caves. You guys saw that I paused the game by hitting F1. You saw the 4 arrows in the top left corner. That is the minimum I need to get to the second half of the game. And this is a message, effectively, from our final boss, the Demon Gorgon, effectively saying, you know, hey, you know, you want to try it, come here and take it, you know, and that's what we're going to be doing. So... just letting it is going to take a minute to load, and that clicking noise is a Vice 64 does emulate the sounds of a 1541 floppy drive of a Commodore 64 loading the game. And that is, I have 2 of them in my house. I have 2 Commodore 64s and 2 1541s, and that is how they sound. Just heads up, that is accurate. Like, I am playing on a Windows 10 computer, but, you know, this is how a Commodore actually sounds. It does take a while for this to load, so if anybody has any questions in chat, I'm looking at chat. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to make comments.
This is just, it's just wild to me, because I got an NES when I was 6. That would have been, like, 93, 94. But in my head, like, game technology went from, like... Space Invaders on the Atari 2600 to Super Mario 3, which is not accurate. So you kind of forget there were other like consoles and stuff available. So it's like I haven't seen anything like this on a game this old, because a game this old is supposed to be Pong in my head.
I mean,
not the case. Like
the C64 did also have Pong.
Mind blowing. This is amazing. There's like depth and day-night cycles. Like. Just
yeah.
Never would have thought.
Yeah, it's quite amazing what was already available, and just to think that it was one single dude. Like, my dream right now is to get this game on, like, a flagship GDQ at some point or another. I just have to get both of my 1541s back up and running. So, there's actually a guy local to me. Well, not local, but, like, he actually just repaired my PS5. But, it's like, he's on board on, and he's like, oh, you've got Commodore 64s that you need? It's like, oh, I'd love to get my paws on some of those. It's like, okay, cool. I will drop them off, because I'll be going through your neck of the woods in a little bit at the end of the month. So, oh my god, that was the fastest bat I think I've had. I didn't even get to explain the bats! I didn't even get to explain the bats! That sucks. Okay, so while I get ready here for Hydra, so this is the second to last boss. What we just faced were the bats. They are the first boss. They're the one enemy in this game that does not one-shot you. They hit you 8 times and then you kind of faint. But we got lucky and I hit that one red bat, which is the only one that can be hit right away. So that was good. And, as you saw, the bats all kind of exploded after he did. But, now we're on Hydra. So this is a neat glitch that I found out. Actually, I ran this. I don't remember what Fastest Furs marathon I ran it for. But I ran this on Fastest Furs. And I think it was... I think the guy's name was Scorch or something like that. That was my tech check. And then, like, he was like, I can't wait to see this game because it just looks wild. And I'm like... And then it came time for the marathon, and I've been practicing on my own stream, and I found this neat glitch. See, the thing what the game wants you to do is to go in front of each one of these 4 heads and shoot them and risk getting barbecued. Obviously, I don't want to die. So I found this neat glitch where if you just shoot your arrow and keep hitting that far left head, it counts somehow, and then the game glitches and thinks that he's dead when he's not. And now he is actually dead, because we actually hit all 4 heads. So that is like, my father used to get stuck on this guy every time he played. Like, this was the gatekeeper to the final boss. I think he only actually beat the game, like, maybe a small handful of times where he got past this Hydra. And if he knew about that glitch when we were growing up, well, there would have been a lot more times of him actually beating the game, I'll say that. Another thing that we found out, too, is that if you try to leave the room the Hydra's in before he turns to stone like that, you will have to refight him. So, that's also not fun. No. Yeah, that's also not fun. Found that out during practice one time. So this is our final boss. So, it's very quick and easy. He technically is supposed to be absolutely nuking me right now, but he can't because I use the same... kind of hide off to the side glitch I found with the Hydra. And then we're just going to turn and... Oh, that missed. Okay, cool. Didn't have it high enough, I think. There we go. End time. That's it. We're good. I love it. So that is the good ending. GG's. GG's. If I've been informed that Death Showcase was met. Oh. Okay. Thought my emulator froze for a split second there. I was like, oh great. This is the best time for the emulator to freeze up on me. God. Alright. But when you guys are ready, I can go ahead and get started on Death Showcase. Oh yes, praise the sun.
Oh, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. So I've got effectively safety saves for every monster. So I'm just going to be loading them so you guys can see what happens. And the thing is, like, death in this game is extremely unforgiving. Because what happens if, like, let's see here. I'm going to start with the worms. Because I want to show, like, both the endings, I guess, or the bad endings, I should say. Well, we don't really have time for that, I don't think, but, I guess I'll start with, we'll start with the Scorpion then, since he's the first one. So I'm just going to start the game again. I'm not going to time it or anything. So we're waiting for Scorpion to show up effectively. And, there, I mean, that would be great if we were speedrunning it again, but we're just going to let him come and eat me. So, as you see, lots of blood. Our poor archer is trying to fight off the scorpion as best he could. Obviously, he did not. But it does, like, if you don't have any of those golden arrows to respawn you, it does this. Effectively, you are told that, yeah, you suck, the game's lost, you ran out of arrows, you're done. So, let's see. So, next one would be the worms. Worms. And I'm gonna make sure for worms here, we want my archer here right up front. Yeah, your failure is spelled out in the stars. Yep. Why are you all the way over there, dude? I am sitting right here, wiggling my butt for you to eat. Come on, dude. Really? Really? Would you eat me already? Thank you. Obviously, that horror music and then the blood splatter in 1985 was, again, horrifying. This is what happens when you do have an arrow. The game effectively takes half of whatever your arrows are if you die, uses them to resurrect you, which is what's going on now. It's going through this resurrection sequence. Which I'm just gonna go ahead and I believe it's just gonna start me up off the mosquito. So we're just gonna let the mosquito kill me. Which the mosquito, honestly, funniest death probably in the entire game. As you can see, what he does is he, kind of like almost like Half-Life 2 and Eli, he just kind of sucks the life out of you and deposits the husk of your skin and clothes after he's done.
Gosh.
Yeah. Like, the first time that we got killed by the mosquito when I was a kid, my mom and my dad both started absolutely laughing their keisters off. Because it was just that hilarious how he just, like, sucked the life out of you and just deposited your remains. So, let's see. Hobgoblin is our next one. So again, I'm going to want to have my archer right up here up front. So, you know, everybody can see everything. Honestly, the most brutal one's probably going to be the Hydra, or the Hobgoblin here, or the Chimera. Yeah, this guy. This guy, if you play the original The Forbidden Forest, this guy kind of is based on the frog sprites. I guess that's what they are. They're frogs, or at least, I don't know. Would you eat me already? There we go. Like, he just jumps on top of you and rips you to shreds. And actually, in the manual, that is actually canonical. And it helps explain this resurrection mechanic that the game goes through if you die. But let's see here. So now we're going to load up our bats. Caves. We will have to sit through the screen again. Because that was silly of me. I should have obviously made a save for the bats. Give me a second here. Just letting it go through the sequence.
Oh, we're on the loading. I'm a little behind, but we're on the loading screen for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to wait on the loading screen for a few seconds. For a minute. See, there's those arrows, like I mentioned. And now we load into caves. But yes, this game's deaths were very brutal.
While we're waiting to load back in to finish off the death showcase, as a reminder, we are raising money during this event for Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. If you'd like to learn more about Take This, you can go to takethis.org. Like to learn more about the different programs that they offer. They do offer. They have traveled to events such as PAX and MagFest and TwitchCon to reach out to the gaming community through informative panels. They do offer AFK rooms at a lot of those same events. Those are professionally staffed, safe, and accepting spaces available for anyone who needs a place to regain their calm. You can also, if you would like to donate, you can use the. I was sucked into the abyss for a minute, and I have been released back into the abyss in the middle of my read.
I heard you. Okay. I heard you, but apparently they didn't hear you. Well, apparently chat didn't hear you. I heard you.
All right, so if you would like to donate to take this, again, you can use the donate command in chat and put those donations through any number of different incentives. You can also use the merch command in chat to go to the merch table. I keep calling it the merch table because I got wrestling on my brain, I guess. But there's lots of fantastic merch, which will also help support Take This. And it all looks fantastic. This really is my favorite event to grab merch for because everything looks so much fun. There's also different prizes that you can, prize raffles you can be entered for by donating. If you donate today, you'll be entered in a raffle for a Missile Steam code, I should say, excuse me, and a Victoria 3 Steam code. And you'll also be entered for the grand prize, a set of 4 nerdy cross-stitch kits from Possum Coffee, who I believe is one of the runners for our next run, which is a Pokemon Crystal Randomizer, if I've got my schedule straight in front of me here. But that is one of the prizes you'll also be entered for, as well as a set of 4 surprise Steam codes, courtesy of Margaret Ann. Are we?
We are ready for the bats to knock me out. Yep, we're here. So with the bats, like I was saying, these guys are the ones that don't actually one-shot you.
I think you're ready. I don't think you're on screen right now, though, unless my stream has lagged out a little bit.
But to answer Finding Feline, yes, we are doing the Final Death Showcase monsters of the bats, the Hydra, and the Demogorgon. So the bats are currently biting the heck out of me. They've got me quite a few times now. Eventually the archer will fall and be quote-unquote knocked out, and that's considered a death, although he technically doesn't die. And there's one. So with that, I'm going to load into Hydra. Are you guys everybody's still able to see my run and everything, correct?
Yep, I can see on stream.
Okay,
now. Yep.
Just making sure. Okay. And then I've got Hydra here. So Hydra, like I said, like the way the game wants you to proceed is to get in front of the heads and shoot. Obviously that is not safe, as you get turned into a skeleton. That is how Hydra kills you. And last one is Demogorgon. So here he is. And well, that really wasn't all that great. Let me try to get in front of him, because there's technically 2 ways for you to die right here. There's getting blasted into oblivion, and then he goes and he does the bonus of hitting the cameraman. Or the viewer, the actual gamer. Like he's not just out for the archer here, he's out for you, the game player. So let me do this again. So yes, he's gonna nuke me. There you can actually see it. And then of course he nukes you. For everything. And then we're gonna show up the last way he kills you. Well, not technically he kills you. I would like to say you could be a clumsy dork. See that hole right there? That this big hole that he's kind of standing. You can go right down into the hole and die. That's all of it. That's how you go. Yeah. So I would like to say that's it. That's our death showcase. So, was there anything else we should do before you guys want me to show the final death screen? Like, just let him nuke me enough times? Do we have enough time for that, I should say?
I think we've got time for that.
Alright, cool. We'll just let him nuke me a couple more times then. This should be like last or second to last time. Eventually, every time he kills you too, you are using one of those golden arrows to resurrect yourself. Ah, there we go. The screen's kind of goofed up. It's supposed to show the cavern of the bats, but you can turn to stone. That's the end. This is the final way to die in this game. You get the death written in the stars, and then you get this as your final game over if you make it to the caves, but then you get killed. So, and of course, this can take longer if you have more of those golden arrows. You are allowed to continue to cycle through the monsters of the forest, and continue to get arrows if you want to, but which is what my father used to typically do, would be to get at least 8 or so, make sure he had enough. So, but yeah, that is Beyond the Forbidden Forest. Thank you very much for having me. I was quite thrilled to be able to get in, but I'm glad I could showcase this one off to a few more new people, because this is quite impressive for 85, I will say.
I agree. And if anybody wants to watch more of this game or watch you do more screens on this game or anything else you might be doing, where could they find you?
So my Twitch is Wolfshadow6. To be honest, I haven't run this game in a while. I've been learning. Me and my husband are trying to learn co-op Mario 64 with the X and Zero moveset. So, yes, that's because I'm a huge Mega Man X fan. So if there's X in it, I will play it. So that is something we've been trying to work out and get the routing, because that's been the main game that I've been playing. But I also do this. I do other C64 games. Like I said, like Aztec Challenge one that I run. I also run Ghostbusters for Commodore 64 as well. Don't have world record in that one, but I've bopped the second place. I am technically second place. I just haven't uploaded my new run with my new time. So I gotta get around to that. It's been busy. Like I do art and I do stuff like that too. So, and I just had one of the biggest convention of my state for the year was last weekend. So I was kind of busy getting prepared for that because I do Artist Alley too. So that was, haven't had a lot of time to really practice, but that is my Twitch. If anybody wants to stop by when I go live, I usually try to speed run at least once or twice a month, at least. So, but again, thank you for everybody having me. That was great to be able to show this one off.
Thank you for showcasing that. We are going to get right into setup for our next round, which is going to be a full item randomizer of Pokemon Crystal. So do stay tuned for that. And while we're on the loading screen, make sure you get up, stretch your legs, stretch your arms, do what you need to do to get ready for the next round. But also make sure that you check out the charity for this event, which is Take This. You can learn more about them at takethis.org, and make sure you donate with the donate command in chat. And again, we're getting set up for Pokemon Crystal up next.